Um, I haven't made a video in a while or anything, a podcast or anything because of um, major health downturn and issues. Um, but I want to make a quick one, and it's based on a phrase I've been pondering a lot that I remember someone passing along that um, Heather Coleman McGill said. Um, and for those who don't know, Heather Coleman McGill was an MECFS patient who had mold illness and very severe MECFS, and she unfortunately died of it. And I want to bring up the phrase that was passed along that she, I think, said, which was, "Love is not enough." And I think my interpretation of that, because I think about this a lot, is that with some life problems, including especially MECFS, it's not enough to have people that love you. It's not enough because it's love and support are necessary but not sufficient to solve this, because it's just such a horrible problem, and for a lot of people, they want a cure, they want treatment, they want to get better, and palliative care, and just being treated well and loved is a good first step, but it's not enough for getting better. Or it's not enough to fulfill them because they want to get better. And a lot of people don't even have a supportive family or love, so they might think, well, you're lucky if you even have that, but I don't think anyone with MECFS, especially severe, is lucky. I think it's one of the unluckiest things you can have happen to you. I also think this, I hope people with long COVID and other chronic illnesses watch this video or listen, because what I'm saying is applicable to a lot of illness, a lot of the severe illnesses that don't have cures. But to me, love is not enough is almost like a mantra, because while there were times early in my illness where I didn't have people who understood my illness and believed I was ill, that has changed, and I do have supportive family. I do have people who love me, but it has unfortunately not been enough to get better, and I still feel like I'm in hell. I still want nothing more than to recover, and what it actually takes to recover, I think, and I don't know because there's not some FDA approved and universally tested through controlled trials cure yet. But what I think it takes is a tremendous amount of resources and investment and effort, different kinds of resources, financial resources, intelligence and energy collectively, and like a team of people working to help you get better. And that's just like, I don't know, almost the minimum. I think that you really ideally need someone who understands some science to work on biohacking. And I'm not talking about, people working officially with science in an official capacity in the long, slow, poorly funded research initiatives in MECFS. I'm talking about someone with a scientific understanding helping you figure out the etiology, and I'll cover that in another video. So you need all these resources, access to great doctors, but also that's not even enough, and you need some people that can help you figure out the biohacking. You also need caregivers, and you need so much. And when I start to discuss this, there's probably a lot of things I'm missing out on, but it becomes apparent how much you need. You really need so much. And it's a very hard undertaking, and some people do get better from severe ME, but if you're looking at this from the outside and you're an ally or someone who hasn't gone through this yet, or a family member, you should know that it's not the norm to recover, and that it's a very hard thing, like threading a needle. And so if you don't understand why it could take a lot of resources and different experimental treatments, there's that. So I hope people with this disease do have loving family. I think that sometimes that's not enough to solve it, and it's a sad thing that's not enough. And so you can love and support your family member that has this disease, and still they will have this disease and they will not be happy. And that's not necessarily your fault. I mean, it's hard to know where to start helping as an ally, and a lot of people and caregivers have so much on their plate, but this is just thinking out loud about some of this. Also, on a technical note, I'm having trouble recording videos with enough speaking to the camera with enough volume. I don't have much equipment for any of this, so this is why I made it audio only mostly. And yeah, talk more later, but it's a brief video.
Someday I'm gonna live in your house up on the hill. And when your skinhead neighbor goes missing, I'll plant a garden in the yard. Then they're gluing roses on a flatbed. You should see it, I mean thousands. I grew up here till it all went up in flames, except the notches in the door frame. I don't know when you got taller. See our reflection in the water off a bridge at the Huntington. I hopped the fence when I was 17. And then I knew what I wanted. And when I grow up, I'm gonna look up from my phone and see my life. And it's gonna be just like my recurring dream. I'm at the movies, I don't remember what I'm seeing. The screen turns into a tidal wave. Then it's a dorm room, like a hedge maze. And when I find you, you touch my leg, and I insist, but I something in the water. Everything's growing in our garden. You don't have to know that it's haunted. The doctor put her hands over my liver. She told me my resentment's getting smaller. No, I'm not afraid of hard work. I get